Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing my 2-month Zepbound update. I made 2 months on the 24th of April, and I can say I have lost in total 33 pounds. So 33 pounds in a 2-month period. I don't think you can ask for more than that. Super, super happy about that. I know I talked to you guys last week about being in a stall, and my stall has been broken, which is good, right? I've lost about 4 or 5 pounds since then. So for those of you who don't know, my starting weight was 270.2 pounds. I am now 237.2 pounds. So, super excited. What did I do to break the stall? I'm not really sure I can put my finger on it. The only thing that I did differently is I walked a little bit further and a little more strenuously. And that's the only thing that I did differently. And I am more inclined to say that it was just probably my body becoming acclimated to everything that it's going through right now, which is stuff that I've heard from a lot of you guys too, and in reading as well. It says that your body's going through so many changes that it has to catch up. So it could have very well have been that. Either way, I'm just glad that it's over, but I know that stalls happen throughout this whole process because I've read that with some of the other GLP-1 creators. So the information that I've gotten from you guys has just been so helpful, and not to mention motivating. So I greatly appreciate that. Now, this week, I may not lose so much this coming week because I did have a cheat day. Not really a cheat day, but I ate something I shouldn't have. My son and I went to the movie Sinners, and I had popcorn with butter on it. So, and I got the large one, but I only ate probably a quarter of the bucket. And the only reason I got the large one is because the large one is like in a cardboard. You know what? You guys know what it comes in. And the small one came in a paper bag, and I didn't want grease to get all over my clothes. So I just said, give me the large one and I'll just eat, my fill. And I wasn't really even able to eat that much, and the whole greasiness of the butter really made me sick to my stomach. But if you guys haven't gone to see the movie Sinners, you should go. It is a really, really good movie. Now, keep in mind that it's probably not going to be for everybody because some people just like to go to the movies to be entertained. This particular movie is very cerebral. You got to do a lot of thinking and reading between the lines. So if that's not your bag, you probably won't like it. But outside of that, excellent. Probably one of the better movies I've seen in a long, long time. I would venture to say maybe the last 10 or 15 years. Really good movie. So anyhow, but yeah, so I did have that popcorn. And I did put like extra butter on it because I said I'm going to go ahead and have a little cheat day. So that's what I did. And maybe it's going to hinder my weight loss, but maybe not. Maybe it'll boost it. Maybe it'll be one of those calorie adjusting kind of days. So we'll see. I'll definitely let you guys know. But I started the 7.5 milligram last Monday. And I can't say that I've had any side effects, but there are a couple of things that I've noticed, and I'm not sure if it's in relation to Zepbound or not, but I've been having a runny nose a lot. Don't know if that's a side effect, but I know that for no reason, I'll just have a runny nose, and it happens every day. Not all day, but some, every day, most of the day. So that's kind of weird. And then I did have a little slight headache for 2 days during this past week. And don't know. Again, once again, it could have been pollen. It could have been anything. But those are the things that I noticed that I don't really have typically. So it could be a part of the Zepbound, you know, I don't know. But I'm kind of looking for everything, taking note of all the little things that I'm feeling. So I can just write it down and talk to my GP the next time that I see her. Now, one thing that my GP said was, for me to kind of gauge on when I feel I need to move up. Oh, another thing, you guys, as far as the stall goes. I'll come back to that. But as far as the stall goes, I did change my injection site. So stupid me. I've heard so many people say that rotating your injection site will work best. But I think what happened, that stall that I had may have been my own fault and not necessarily the 5 milligram, because I was comfortable. I started with injecting in my stomach and I was comfortable with that. So what I was doing was I was doing like a rotation around my belly button. So not, you know what, not really a rotation, a side to side. I do the left side one week, the right side the next week, and go back and forth. And listening to some of you guys on YouTube and learning that no, you should rotate. And it's something that I heard before, but it kind of just slipped my mind. Just, you know, went into the stratosphere. And I wasn't thinking about it. It was just kind of like became a habit. I was so used to injecting in my stomach. It's where I felt comfortable. So that's where I continuously was injecting. And not only did I listen to you guys, but I also read some stuff. And they said that if you continuously inject in the same spot, that it could create scar tissue, which would then prohibit absorption. So, could have been why I stalled. But Monday with the 7.5, I gave myself an injection in this arm right here, in the back of my arm. And I did it myself. And it has been fantastic. The hunger suppression is top notch. The amount of food that I can eat in one sitting, very, very small. So I am jazzed about the 7.5. Now, back to what I was saying earlier. When I talked to my GP, when she upped me to the 7.5, she said she was going to let me gauge when I needed to go to the next level. Just kind of, you know, note how I'm feeling, so on and so forth, so we can share it at our next visit. But the way I feel right now with the 7.5, now granted it's only been 1 week, so things change so rapidly taking this medication. But if things continue the way they're going now, I think I'm going to stay on 7.5 for another month outside of this one. But I don't know yet. I'm going to let you guys know more when it gets more down to my 3rd or 4th week. But I am so excited about the 7.5 because I think this is going to be great for me. And you know what? And I don't remember the subscriber's comment, but she said the 7.5 is going to be great for you. Just stay the course. Stay the course. Continue what you're doing, and you'll see the difference. And it is definitely made a difference. This weight loss journey has been steady. You know what? And I didn't really realize until I put it all on paper. I'm kind of nerdy like that. I have to be able to see it, you know, like actually look at it in order to get a good sense of how the process is really working. And today I just was sitting here, you know, and like remember I was telling you I've been up all night doing stuff on the computer. So I just did a little nerdy spreadsheet. And I created this graph right here. And as you can see, it's just like a steady incline, real steady. So I did that, number one, for my own sake. And number two, when I meet with my dietitian, because based for my insurance, I have to meet with a dietitian once a month. She has to monitor my progress in order to keep, in order for my insurance company to keep paying the 70% of the cost. So in this graph, it is really clear to me that it's just a process and it goes up slowly. An ounce here, an ounce there, and the pounds continuously change. Now for my stall that I had, I was in the stall for about 7-8 days at the exact same weight with maybe a little fluctuation with ounces. But one thing I did like about creating this graph is that a couple of weeks ago, I was also in like a little mini stall. I don't even know if you could really call it a stall, but it was like I was stuck for about 3 or 4 days at this one particular weight too. And I think because maybe I wasn't weighing every day at that point, that I didn't even realize it. And I think if I had realized it then I would have said, okay, maybe this is kind of a pattern of how my body works. And I know they say you're not supposed to weigh every day, but I can't help it. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a bad thing. I know most people weigh once a week. How often do you guys weigh? Do you guys weigh once a week or do you weigh every day? Let me know. But I know that it's probably not a good thing to weigh every day because it puts you in this like mental space, especially if it's not favorable. But I can't help myself. So I do weigh myself every day. First thing I do when I get up in the morning is weigh myself. I go to the bathroom and then weigh myself. So, oh man, and let me tell you guys about this part. Earlier, I talked about side effects, right? And how I felt like they were minimal. Well, this is one part that I neglected to share with you guys earlier in the video. And you know how I told you guys that in the very beginning when I first started taking Zepbound, that I had heard that constipation is a really bad side effect, or not bad, but common side effect for people. So I tried to be proactive in drinking a little shot glass or like a little teacup really full of warmed prune juice before I go to bed every night. And it worked fine for the 2.5, but then I kind of slowed down with that during the 5 milligram month. And I found myself like super constipated at some point. So I had to go back old school and take a tablespoon of castor oil. And it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. If you could get that oiliness off your lips and stuff, then it's fine. It goes away pretty quickly. But boy, I gotta tell you, if you guys are having that issue, that is the thing. But make sure you don't have anywhere to go because it's going to work pretty quickly and for most of the day. So be sure you don't have anywhere to go and don't do it at night before it's time to go to bed. I'd say like Saturday morning when you don't have to go to work. If you don't work on Saturday or whatever your off day is, do it on that day. Make sure you stay close to the bathroom, but it really, really works well. So if anybody is suffering out there with that, take a tablespoon of castor oil. And if a tablespoon's too much for you and you've never done it before, maybe a teaspoon, but it really, really works. So tomorrow's my second shot of the 7.5. So I'll definitely keep you guys up to date on that. I also wanted to talk a little bit about energy level. When I first started this journey with the 2.5 milligram, I was super energetic, like more than I've been in a very, very long time. And then when I took the 5 milligram, all of it kind of flipped over. I wasn't as energetic as I was feeling with the 2.5. I was kind of feeling like going back to my normal self. So I thought that that energy part of the journey, the energy boost of the part of the journey was over. But with the 7.5, it has also increased my energy level to the point where I am up 12 o'clock at night, 12:30 at the computer doing stuff and, you know, working on my videos and stuff, and sleep is just not even in my thought. But then I'll look at the clock and be like, oh man, I better go to bed. I got to get up in the morning. So that is a welcome surprise, because I thought that it was the whole energy boost was over. So I'm glad to see that it wasn't. And who knows, you guys, it could have been the injection site that I was using, the 2 sites, who knows. But I'm back on track and feeling good about it. And we'll see what the next couple of weeks brings. Anybody else out there on the 7.5? Has it increased your energy level and suppressed your appetite like greatly? Or has it kind of been like my situation with the 5 milligram? You guys, let me know how you're feeling about your titrating up to higher dosages. Is it something that you're glad you did? Are there things about it that you dislike? You know what? Another question, is there anybody out there who has gone up in dosage and then went back down because they felt that the lower dosage worked best for them? And the reason I ask is because I'm just gathering data, because when I go and see my general practitioner, I definitely won't be going back to the 5. However, she said I can go up. I think she said the maximum dosage is 15. I think that's what she said. I don't anticipate having to go that far, but who knows? We'll see. I'm going to do whatever I need to do for the process. And my goal weight, I don't even know if I've ever shared my goal weight with you guys, but my goal weight is 175 pounds. That's my goal weight. So I have a ways to go yet, but I thoroughly anticipate making it. I am going to make it no matter what. So, yeah. So thanks for checking in with me, you guys, and leave me a comment and let me know about that 7.5 or how you feel about going up and then back down. Has it worked for anybody? How do you feel about it? Or is it something that you thought about? So thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Baby girl, you are so pretty, pretty.